Okay, so welcome to Path of the Abyss. This is a early access dungeon crawler game that I just picked up on a whim during the last sale. It's a pretty cheap game overall. I think it's like $7 just in general. I played a bit of it, like about an hour and a half of it so far, and I've been liking it so far, so I figured might as well just record it because why not? I'll start all over. No problems there. I will point out that this is a Japanese developed game. So the game is actually entirely in Japanese. I don't remember exactly what these options did off it. There is an English option. If you do select English, the game will actually warn you saying that the English translation at this point in time is entirely machine translated. The dev has already said that they will be doing a actual localization when the game is out. So, but the game is, as I've read, the game is finishable perfectly fine enough in English. The one thing that I will mention that is, if you do select English, the game will not immediately switch to English until you reload the entire thing. So, if you want to play the game in English, switch to English, exit the game, and then come back, and then go back in, and the menus will be in English. I found this out the hard way because I switched to English and then noticed that everything was still in Japanese and was confused as to why that was the case. Anyways, let's get started. The legend of Wilmort's giants. He flew from the sky and brought misfortune upon many. The land was ruined and the land became barren, and an evil mist covered it with despair. The king and the 6 sages, with their power, ordered the 3 priestesses to slay the giants. Karazana, priestess of order. Tatana, priestess of compassion. Kirana, priestess of fertility. The priestess used herself as a wedge to seal the giant to this land. Thus the threat of the Titans was over, and the legend was soon forgotten. Stepping into a square in Wellmont, you felt the presence of noisy people around you. A strong warrior to look at and a suspicious-looking man wearing a deep hood. The streets are lined with people not unlike those in a country town. Perhaps they are adventurers who, like you, have heard the rumors. You see a large wooden notice board in the center of the square. Defeat the giant who disturbs the peace of Wellmort. Whoever brings back the head of the giant lurking in the depths of the mausoleum will receive the desired reward and honor. It seems the rumors were true. You felt your blood boil with excitement. Well, first of all, you need to gather information. You approach the man who looked like an adventurer hurrying down the street. If you want some company, go to the giant's backbone pavilion. The man replied bluntly and walked quickly away. Right. Opening a large, heavy wooden door, a clamor and heat overflows from the interior. It may have originally been a lonely tavern in a country town. Now it's become a hangout for adventurers. You sit down on a small chair at the back of the bar to get away from the noise and take a breather. Let's find an adventurer. First, let's find an adventurer to share the adventure with. You can find the adventurer you need by clicking Find Adventurers. Once you find all the friends you need, don't forget to organize your party. Alright, this is our barkeep. Some kind of zombie girl. Clicking on her has more dialogue. Oh, yeah, her name's Taku. Anyways, find adventurers. Alright, so now this is our create a character thing. So, pretty much each of the 4 races has special traits, as you can see. Humans have normal HP, and the cooldown on their skills is also normal. We'll get into cooldowns when we get to the actual battles. But yeah, most popular species of Welton, they have resistance to poison and are not prone to disease. So they have 30% resistance to poison and paralysis. Elves, long-lived with a slender frame, high intelligence and mana affinity, and skill with magic. They have small HP, fast cooldowns. They have 30% resist magic and 20% plus 20% to magic damage. Dwarves are strong, and muscular strength makes them an excellent warrior. They have very high HP growth, but very low cooldown, slow cooldowns. They have dark vision, which gives them an accuracy of plus 50, sturdy body, which is defense plus 20, and physical damage plus 20%. And Karin, which are basically our hobbit type character, hobbit halflings, whatever. Dexterous, quick of hit hands, and physical characteristics makes them gifted thief. Lowest amount of HP, but fast cooldowns. They have evasion of 50. They resist breath attacks 30%. But they also have a physical damage minus 15%. So they're not really attackers. Anyways, might as well just start creating characters. So dwarf. We'll just create one of each. Capabilities. Alright, stats. So you'll notice that we have one stat point. The furthest I've been, my characters have reached level 2. And it looks like you get one stat point and one skill point every time you level up. So, thankfully, this thing does tell you what the stats actually do. Physical gives you 3% base physical attack per point, and a critical hit modifier plus 3% per point. Dexterity to evasion, plus 1 to poison damage, and a critical rate of 0.5%. Right, yeah. Constitution, physical defense plus 2 per point, poison damage reduction 1 point per point. Int, magic plus 3 per point, base burn 3 per point, and plus 1 mana per point. Wisdom, burn damage reduction, morale, and magic defense. Morale and mana are 2 separate things that we'll be spending, but we'll get to that when we get to that. The other important things are stat points have thresholds. Every 5 points, you get an actual passive ability. So, like for strength, for example, you get a 5% bonus base physical damage, and when a physical attack gets evaded, the game rolls again to see if it hits again. You know, stuff like that. What was the last one? I'm just kind of curious. I haven't really looked at all of these. Like, cost of an action is moral and it consumes mana instead. Okay, that's nice. Critical hit modifiers is fixed at 150%. This is kind of a case that you really should be paying attention and decide how you want to build your characters. I mean, you can create more characters and stuff. That's not a problem. Creating characters is free and all of that stuff. Mostly because some of these are not necessarily always great. Like, I believe it was Dex. Yeah, Dex had, you know, critical hit fails, it gets rolled again. It's because of stuff like this one. Your physical attacks are guaranteed to hit, but your physical damage is reduced by 30% in response. So it's good to actually keep track of that kind of stuff. Alright, so... we're gonna, so we'll start with that. Yeah, you can go back if you change your mind on that, but I believe that you're stuck with your stats and stuff unless you get an item that actually lets you re-roll. Alright, and we got our name, and we can also select a portrait. So we got like that, this, and that. And that's all the portraits we got right now. Obviously there's going to be more portraits when the game is finished. Or as early access keeps going. Because, well, it doesn't say in the corner. I saw when I was on the title screen of which version of this game it is. But yeah, I did see that, when I Google searched, I did see that there was a way to import your own portraits. Which is probably just a overwriting file type thing. Though, although I thought about it, I realized that it would probably clash with the art style, so I chose not to actually bother doing that. Anyways, we'll just go for our typical party. Being our tank. So now we need more adventurers. Okay, so keep going. We'll make Fade into human. That would be more of a dex build. Elf. Int. Adric, I'll probably put more poison at con, because that'll probably help. The early game is not really that difficult. And sprinkle with wisdom. Alright, so organized party. There we go. You can definitely tell it's a machine translate because of dexterity and stuff like that. You'll notice a lot of stuff like that. It's fine, whatever. Okay, so we can also stay at the end, which will cost us 90 right now. It probably goes up with each level. Didn't get back to town when I was level 2 because I died in the dungeon. So, I didn't get a chance to see any of that type of stuff. All I saw, when you die, the game just goes back to your last save. Meals. Alright, meals at the inn can provide favorable effects to the entire party. Only one type of meal is valid and lost upon returning to town. There are a variety of meals on the menu, which can be further augmented by a collection of recipes found in the dungeon. Some meals require special ingredients. These ingredients are rarely available when certain monsters are defeated. I did get one of those to pop up when I did that, when I was looking at my inventory. But yeah, you can see that these are kind of expensive. Especially since I have, like, 1,800 right now, I think. Yeah, I have 1,800. We got a stash so that we can hold stuff. Record of adventure, which is saved. We'll just save over my old file. It's fine. I'm not really losing that much data. Alright, leave. Alright, get ready for adventure. It's a good idea to get necessary equipment from Wolfskin store. In particular, it's important to improve morale and mana recovery rates. Once equipped, learn abilities and skills and form a formation panel. Formation of a formation panel is essential to survive in battle. We'll get to that soon. Alright, we'll go into the Wolfskin store. In the dimly lit room, various weapons are stacked into miscellaneous piles. At the back of the room sits a creature of an appearance not quite human. When it noticed your presence, it spoke to us in an unfamiliar language. We have no idea what the words mean, but at least it seems to have no intention of harming us. Alright, at the Wolfskin shop you can buy, sell, appraise armors and items. Armor found in the labyrinth must be appraised here before it can be used. Okay. So, pretty much you just select all your stuff and then it will appear down here and you just trade after it tells you how much money. So, in terms of stuff like Lace Bone Branch, when used it returns you back to the town and removes mana pollution. Mana pollution, we'll get to that when I get to the dungeon. This illuminates surroundings in torchlight and increases hit rate. I've never bought one of these because I've usually spent all my money on gear at this point. But considering dungeons are pretty dark in general, that's probably very helpful. Crystal ball that can reflect the surroundings. I believe this gives you a mini-map. You have to actually load up your normal map. It's not really that difficult, so this is just a thing that you can have. Alright, so pretty much the important thing, everything here is better than what I already got. That's something important to keep in mind. Okay, so let's see. Adric, probably gonna give him an axe right now. Oh, that axe has a different thing than it did before. Okay, that's interesting. That's neat. Interesting. Okay, as I was about to say, when I did this before, there was an enchanted axe +1 in this place, but it actually increased its accuracy, so this is actually different than what I had before. I mean, the hand axes are the same price, so... Wait, crit MP? Oh, what's that? Oh, it looks like it has silence on it. Wait, no, that's not silence. No, that's sleep. Interesting. I'll give that to him. I don't know why I did that. Okay. It probably just showed me all the enchanted stuff. So, short bow, we're gonna get up to fade in. Or do I want to give her that long bow? Poison damage. It does poison damage? No. Poison damage correct. That might be resistance. You can see that these in particular, well, you can't see it unless I click on it, but you can see that thing down there. That's actually a skill that's attached onto the actual thing. So, yeah. Oh, wow, that's 130 damage. That's actually higher than I've seen before. That costs the same amount. Oh, that does can hit up to 2 times, so that can be 120. I'm not gonna go super high on this stuff for right now. Block rate and MP recovery rate. Let's see what else we got. Okay. I'm gonna buy a dancer's outfit. I gave this to Reika last time because it's helpful. It basically reduces her physical and magic damage, which is not gonna really hurt her all that much. And gives her gives more mana and moral. Yeah, and moral. Okay, so we want an iron ring. probably to get to one of my characters. This to give it to another character. Okay. Let's see. Staff for the 2 casters for right now. Shield for Adric because he has he's the only one for one-hand weapon. It's best to get Adric some decent armor. Since, as things go, he's probably going to be the only person who's getting attacked early on anyways. Don't want to give help, like, this one has magic damage minus 20%. So you probably don't want to give that to, at least I assume that's what correctly means. Yeah, probably. Okay. That'll increase. I'll give that to Adric right now. Okay, I think that should be good. Yeah, we have 300 left over. It's nice to have some so I can rest at the end if I absolutely need to. Alright, let's exit. Okay, so click on the characters. So when you get into the stuff, as long as I just click on the thing, it'll automatically put them into the right slots. So if I do like helm, small shield. Thankfully, you don't have to click each individual one if you want to do that. Give him one of the leather gloves, chainmail, hand axe +1. Okay. Fade in. Give her that short bow. Yeah, because there was not a short bow or a long bow +1 when I did this. In fact, I think the axe +1 was the only thing that actually showed up in the thing when I did it before. Okay. Most of this game is just done with clicking and there's no controller support, at least from what I saw. Oh, well, okay. The right stick is actually moving this around, but, you know, might as well just use the mouse. Alright, and I want to give her, which one was this one? Mana recover. It doesn't really matter who has it. Mana is actually shared amongst the entire party, from what I remember. Like, this is our mana, this is our, yeah, our other stat. And yeah, now our mana and moral are now at, yeah, morale, not moral. Are now at, because she has that, it's at 130, because that dancer outfit is actually helping out. I bought a rope. I did that the last time too. Oh well. Okay, so we can just sell everything. You can see that the basic stuff sells for 0, so you can't just cheese it. Okay. So yeah, we have 131 mana and 131 morale. These are basically stuff for, like, pretty much like magic and physical moves. They're mana pools. They regenerate over time. All right, so now before we go into the town, well, actually, let's take a look at the other places. The serenity of the space filled with a giant holy seal of ordnance, and the walls are adorned with stained glass windows that celebrate God's greatness. A priest stands at the base of the giant holy seal. He spoke in a high-pitched voice that was not appropriate for this place. You wait for your response with expectant eyes. Using the temple. At the temple of Odonan, by means of hefty offering, it's possible to recover various physical abnormalities while maintaining a level of mana pollution. Following advantages and disadvantages of maintaining mana contamination level. Advantages. Improved quality of dropped items, improved rewards for various events, and increased experience points. Demerits. Death penalty when unable to fight. Disease incidents during camping. And rare occurrence of stats or abnormalities during battle. May want to recover more inexpensively. You can stay at the Giant's Backbone Pavilion. You can recover from all abnormalities, except ashing. Okay, so that, you know, basic place for healing. We can't go to the laboratory right now. Technically closed. Seems to he's not at home. Let's wait for a while and visit him again. Then we got Leaf Town. If you're a budding adventurer, you may want to try your hands at the sewers. You'll learn the basics of combat, and you'll be thanked by the local residents as well as the nasty vermin. Alright, so the last thing when going back here, there's also LP, which I haven't explained yet. Vitality. Basically, lower LP makes characters more susceptible to surprise attacks from the enemy and decreases the rates of their moral recovery. But you can also spend 1 point of LP to recover HP. Like, I think it's like around 50, anywhere from 50 to 80% of their max HP is restored. Something like that. Alright, anyways, we have an ability point. Alright. This is where classes come into play. Abilities indicate adventurer's talents. Ability levels can be increased by spending ability points, maximum 20 levels. Combat ability increases with ability level, and skills can be learned at specific levels. Okay. So these are basically our classes. Every time you put points into these things, which every time I put points into like combat, my physical damage goes up by 2%, physical defense 1%, accuracy 2% plus 2, and at certain thresholds, level 1, 3, so on, you learn permanent skills like running away or guard thrust. Alright, so Adric, I'm probably going to, physical defense. So we'll teach him 1 point in this. So now he has attack command, which basically increases physical magic damage by 25% at the cost of 25% of my max morale. This is not a skill that I activate. It's just always like that. And defense is physical magic defense is increased by 40%. Pretty nice. Alright. As far as I know, there's no quick swapping between characters. Okay, so Faden will make her Hunter, which, physical damage, crit multiplier, accuracy. Scout is physical damage, crit rate, evasion. Faith is magic damage, magic defense, morale recovery rate. Also has healing skills. Mage, magic damage, mana. Medicine, resistance to everything, magic defense plus 2. And sorcery is resistance to all mana recovery rate. With different types of skills, depending on what you want to do. Like Doze is kind of a silly one where it inflicts sleep on all enemies and on yourself. Has an AoE effect. And so on. Anyways, this is Faden, so we'll give her Hunter. I'm just basically doing exactly how I did it before. Rhiannon, we're gonna do Mage. And Rika, Heal. Physical and magic damage, at the cost of 20% of my max mana. Physical and magic damage increased by 25%, accuracy increase. Okay. Alright. Save real quick. Sewers. Alright. Movement during exploration. Alright. Q moves, Q and E move, sidestep, and WASD is move forward. You can also rotate the mouse wheel to move forward and drag to change direction. Okay. I completely missed that. Alright. So, in terms of this stuff, you got camping, your items, whoever's in your first slot from what I noticed, your map, formation, we'll get into formation in a moment, after I get through the first fight, and map. You can also just simply right-click to bring up the map, which is why I say it's not that huge of a deal for having the mini-map around. Walmart's basement is lined with huge sewers. Somewhere along the line, this has turned into a dangerous place where giant rats and creepy mollusks nest. Nevertheless, these creatures are insignificant to the adventurers. It is not uncommon for novice adventurers to hone their skills here. Step into the sewers, and before your eyes, wary of your surroundings, a viscous writhing object appeared before your eyes. It flexed its body like a whip and attacked you. Alright. Combat. Use your skills to fight monsters. Once your skills used, it cannot be used for a while. Attack at the right time. Combat is in real time. The battle proceeds in real time, but you can stop time by pressing the spacebar or clicking the pause icon. Time can be stopped by pressing the spacebar, and it can be resumed by doing it again. Withdrawal in case of danger. You can flee from combat whenever you're in danger. Failure to escape has a certain probability. If you fail, you cannot escape again for 5 seconds. All-out escape. Consumes 2 LP of everyone's LP, and is a 100% chance of escaping. So we gotta escape and start. So these are our actions down here when everything starts going. Okay, so attack. So I'm gonna pause real quick. So press space to pause. I believe one of the Japanese options I saw before automatically pauses the game whenever an enemy's about to attack. So just a quick thing. So you can see that the enemy's attacking Adric. All of Adric's actions are in the front row. So, you know, he's being attacked because he's in the front row. If I had Faden up here, then there's a chance that she might get targeted as well. And of course, you can see right here everybody's move turn actions. Once Rhiannon gets up to full, then you can select one of her actions down here, which is basic combat, you know, melee attack, her basic melee attack. Same with Faden with her ranged attack, and Adric. Let's say Adric's is ranged. Oh, whatever. Alright, so. You see that Adrix is filling up considerably slower than everybody else's because, you know, dwarf. Alright, examine. Alright, and we get some experience points and a little bit of money. Very simple. To face vicious monsters that lurk in the labyrinth, to face vicious monsters that lurk in the dungeon, it's essential to organize formation panel. Experiment with various skill selections and combinations. The formation panel can be displayed by pressing the HUD icon or T. That was the one I clicked on before. Okay. Ready control, you know, this stuff right here. Each time a battle is won, the suppression rate increases. The control ratio affects the rate at which equipment is found after a battle. If you want more equipment, you should increase your ratio to the maximum and hunt down all the monsters. The control ratio returns to 0 when returning to town. So basically, this is the mana pollution level, which increases at the end of town. When you resident in, this will go away. Basically, the higher it is, the worse things might be. But the game already mentioned that having it high, and of course, this is the higher value. That as this goes up, worse things can happen to you, you know, random ailments, stronger monsters could appear, oh yeah, if your characters die, they can turn to ash, meaning they're permanently dead. Until you revive them at the, you know, at the one place. That's kind of important, because if your characters actually die in combat, they just stay down. They're just in the dying status, and you can revive them after the battle. I think you can also heal them, and they'll get back up too. But yeah, if they're ash, then you have to have a specific revival item and stuff for that type of stuff, or go back to town. So basically, the higher this is, you know, more experience points, more item drops and stuff, but it becomes more dangerous, you know, risk-reward type of thing. And the higher this is, the better your equipment is after battle. So, which, from what it says, as soon as you leave the dungeon, this will empty out. Yeah, okay, mana pollution, yeah, it's telling me this now. Increase at the end of battle at the victory. If when mana pollution level increases, the quality of rewards after battle improves. But at the same time, the following disadvantages occur. One of the penalties occurs. Ashen. Ashen character can be revived at the ritual at the Temple of Oronan, but the cost is high. I believe it's like 1,000. Lost experience points. Yeah, 25% of your experience is lost. However, this is on a lower level of the character. Equipment destruction. There's a low probability that an equipped item will be destroyed. Yeah, this is if you lose the battle, you know, if you die. Penalties during battle. During battle, one of the following assassin abnormalities, poison, paralysis, sleep, seal, or stun may occur at random. The effect can be prevented by using various types of resistances. Okay, so let's go into this thing. So this is one of the things I really liked about this game when I finally understood how this worked. So, as you can see, we got our basic actions that are already set right now. But we can also set these things onto there. So, like, for example, attack command. Attack command, if I slap this onto here, now this is on. Now, you'll see that this actually went down. That's because it's permanently using 25% of my maximum, because that's what it says. Because that's what it says it does. But here's the other thing, the synergy thing that you can see. Physical and magic skills under the influence of skill synergy is increased by 10%. And you can see the AoE sort of thing. So this, and you can see like this little thing, this little bridge, and this little bridge, because of how the AoE thing is. If I were to put it in the middle, you would see it goes all over everything. So every skill that's attached to this gets that 10% bonus. So it's a good thing of trying to keep track of like stuff like that. So we're gonna put defense right here too. Defense doesn't have anything attached onto it, but it does increase physical and magic defense by 40%. I'm not sure if that's for the entire party or if it's just front row or not. It's good to know. And yeah, you can see the K right here on both that and that. So we're gonna put rapid shot for Faden right there and warning shot here. For Reika, we're gonna put patronage right here. You can see that right there. Patronage it's the healing skill, but she can only use it 4 times. So you gotta plan that ahead. Full attack, physical and magic damage under the influence of its synergy are increased by 10%, so, you know, these two. Well, that doesn't really affect Adric for that purpose, unfortunately, but... Pressing it. Oh, that's funny. Anyways, for Rhiannon, we're gonna put Firebolt right here. There's also Magic Light. Increases accuracy for, increases accuracy by subtracting 50% of my maximum mana, and you can, and there's also the synergy with Torch. I think I want to put that there instead. Okay, yeah. I was making sure because Reika's grabbing this right there. That means that Adric's right here, Faden's right here, Rhiannon's right here. So when I pop this, all 4 of them will actually be healed by this. Which, small HP recovery and range increases physical and magic defense. Recovery is 52. So placement is very, very important on these things for not just the synergies, but also, you know, targeting. Because monsters might want to target specific areas. Like some monsters like to target the direct middle. So as much as this healing skill could be nice to shove in the middle, that means monsters might just attack your squishy healer. Which, yes, Reika is in the middle row, meaning she has a chance of being targeted because she's not in the back. Having multiple characters up in the front, some attacks are better for the front or can only be used in the back row. Stuff like that. There's a lot of things to keep in track. And you can change this at any time, and the game actually expects you to change it. This is the first dungeon, so you could basically walk into here with just the basic equipment you start off with, and you'll be fine. Anyways, moving on. Now that we got all that settled. Okay, so to get to the next dungeon, I believe I just have to explore this entire place. Okay, found a rotting crate. You may look around, but you find something. Okay. Potion of Aquaball. Water touched by the miracle of Aquaball. Earth Mother Goddess. When used, it allows it to recover from a state of inability to fight. Okay, so it's a revival thing. Oh, whoops. Oh, yeah, right. Okay. Okay, so yeah, we're back in fighting. So something that the game has not mentioned yet of something I can do in fighting, and that's actually you can right-click. If you right-click, it will basically mean every time it's this character's action, they will immediately do this. So if I do that and have like Faden do warning shot, or yeah, rapid shot, all of that, and Rhiannon do fireball, like. As you know, Fireball, throat's drying out. Fireball, base magic, 100. Burn damage, 50% of the base burn. Bad status rate is 100%. AoE, 1 second cast, 10-second duration. It costs 45 mana, but mana regenerates over time, so it's not that big of a deal. She'll likely regenerate all that mana. Mana and morale are fully restored at the end of fights anyway, so go wild with your skills. So since I have them auto-selecting, That means that they'll automatically do their stuff like that without me having to actively click. Typically, you'd only like pause and want to just click if shit's getting real. You can already see that this is starting to increase. You can also see it down here as well. Okay, so yeah. And sometimes monsters are uncertain, and they'll be identified similar to how it was in Wizardry. Monsters being unidentified right at the beginning. Of course, if your characters are auto-targeting, that means that they just do it to whatever monster they choose. They'll usually gang up on it, so you'd have to select it. You would probably have to pause and select which monster you want your characters to actually go after. I mean, the first I've been is the second dungeon so far. Oh, monster surprised me. Oh, no, they surprised me. Whatever. Okay, we got a weapon off of that one. It's unidentified, though. Early, a monster may drop equipment after a battle. Dropped equipment is unappraised and cannot be equipped. Unappraised equipment can be appraised by paying for it at a store in town. Skill lock, which is telling me the thing I just explained. Skills can be locked by right-clicking on them. Lock skill will be used immediately when the cooldown is released. Use this feature when you want to use a skill frequently or continuously during battle. Skill locks can be unlocked by clicking on the skill for another skill. Proceeding input. Left-clicking on a skill while paused will activate the skill's advanced input state. The skill will be used immediately when the pause is released. If the skill is on cooldown, it will be used immediately after the cooldown is released. So basically, same thing. You pause the game, you click on a skill that you're going like, okay, I want you to use this as soon as it's possible. Ranged. Yeah, base physical. Okay. I was kind of curious, yeah. Reika using her basic physical attack would do physical, which she already has really low physical attack, so I was thinking, do I want to actually put her so that she can actually benefit attack as well? But no, that's probably not going to help. Nope. Base bone branch. Alright. When used, yeah, everybody returns to the city, you know, our thread. Edric basically has enough defense, so he's probably not going to be taking any damage from anything in here. Armor +2, solid. Okay. Okay, that's it. Okay. Okay. Alright. Huge object sits in front of you, blocking the passageway. The translucent, fucking hell, my brain's not, or object wriggled and writhed as trembling. It emitted a sharp sound, as if it had a rare intelligence. Viscous. There we go. My brain was not letting me pronounce that right today. The giant slime that nestles in the sewers will never harm you, and it will never fall under your every attack. characteristic makes it ideal for testing new tactics and testing performance of weapons that you just discovered. Like it just said. Basically, you can't this thing will never attack you, nor will it actually damage you. This monster right here is basically for testing out how much damage you're actually doing with your various attacks, so you can try to decide what you actually want to use and everything. Alright, we're staying right here. Let's see. If I remember correctly, yeah, okay, yeah, it doesn't mark where that is, so let's mark that here. This thing is important. It, like it said, it teleports us back to town. I believe stepping on that is actually required to progress through the game. Because I actually went through this entire place, left out the main door, and the game would not let me progress to the next dungeon until I actually went back to town using this. Probably not intentional. I'm sure that'll be fixed sooner or later. Because it left me rather confused of where I was actually supposed to progress to next. Ooh, okay. Doom. Oh, okay, no, we're just going back. The encounters in here are not remotely threatening. I just let the auto battle just do whatever. Yep, another chest. Illustrated Coatus. I remember this one. Secret Potion. When used, status and ability points can be reassigned. I remember seeing that sells for a shit ton in the shop, too. The three treasure chests I just went, obviously they always have those exact same things. Random loot is not a factor until I believe the next area. Okay, got another weapon out of that. And we've explored this entire area. There's nothing else. Pretty simple, straightforward. Oop. Mostly just showing that. Okay. For the first time, you return to the city after completing your labyrinthian search. Perhaps it's because you were released from the continued detention, but you feel unbearably tired. First, let's return to the inn and take a rest. About Adventure's recovery. Body injured in a labyrinth explosion can be recovered by resting at the Giant's Backbone Pavilion. In addition to HP reduction, other abnormalities such as combat incapacitation, illness, or LP reduction can all be normalized. Resting at an inn is inexpensive and a stable means of recovery and should be utilized. However, ashen adventurers are an exception. To revive from ashing, they must rely on the Temple of Odanon. Alright. So, yeah. And now she's nicer. Alright. Unfortunately, yeah, money with my meager funds is... yeah, that's not really something at this point in time. Alright, so stay for 90. Let's just save real quick. Alright. might be a good idea to identify the junk I just picked up. You can see how much it all costs. You can, yeah, like I said, 70. Very expensive. I don't know how rare those are. I imagine they probably are, but yeah. Let's see what we got. These things can be cursed. I think some of the stuff I got last time were just cursed and garbage. Just like in Wizardry, if you don't like it, it costs the exact same amount to sell as it does to identify it. Power chainmail. Ooh. Ooh! Yeah, I agree. I'm not sure what that is. Sword of Death Core. Next. Basic hand axe. I probably should have just sold that. The answer's outfit plus 2. That's, stun, I think. And dex plus 2. Ooh. Damage conversion, dex 20%. Interesting. Power battle axe. Ooh! Oh, it's a two-handed axe. Physical damage to all enemies. But as you can see, it says middle. That means it has to be used from the middle row. I'm just gonna sell that. I need the money. Okay. What's selling that? Okay. Okay, probably power chain. The chainmail, probably. But yeah, you can see, like, indicates base value of your physical damage and so on. Base value of your magic damage, okay. But I'm guessing that's what, yeah, magic damage, correct. So, I don't know what that is offhand. Base defense of 17. I mean, he's in our front row for right now. Okay, yeah, it does say that, yeah, because it's on there, it does say that that is actually, active. Oh, mouse wheel. That never even crossed my mind to use mouse wheel to quickly swap characters. Okay, that's nice. Anyways, yeah, these things I haven't gotten around to. Magic resistance. Successful resistance reduces the damage by 30%. Can also be reduced by magic defense. Breath resistance, 30%. Breath damage can also be reduced according to remaining HP. Probably the same as it was in Wizardry, where breath attacks probably do half the damage of the monster's current HP total. Just to guess. Poison, prevents poison. Paralysis. Sealing, mute. Sleep, stun, burns, freeze, electric shock. I don't know what those are. I have not actually had. I've seen burns specifically because I've afflicted it. I don't know what freeze or electric shock do offhand. He has a 70% physical resistance right now, which is quite nice. Okay. So as you. Oh, okay, weird. Never mind. Weird, because when I did this before, when I had that map entirely fully explored, when I tried leaving town, it just told me to go back to the sewers again. Weird. Okay. Okay, we have the hand axe one, which I'm not going to be using. I'm using that. I'm going to check evasion real quick. What does this do? Evasion, defense, accuracy. I'd be replacing it with... Yeah, it'd be the chainmail. Thankfully, it has them side by side. I think she's... Yeah, I think she wants to keep that for right now. She's not getting attacked at the moment. Oops.
probably don't need that. Right, I didn't actually sell them. Getting better armor and stuff would be quite nice, especially for Adric. Great boots, evasion, defense. Now, the next dungeon has not been... Wait, what? Oh, okay, yeah, these swapped out. Morally. Oh! Nice. Okay. Huh. 2% of morale release. Okay, interesting. Interesting. Okay. Should be a good spot to stop for the moment because it's like nearly 6 a.m. for me and I actually have to work in less than 12 hours.